lived in the era of Majapahit Kingdom. Indonesia has had various islands with their own stunning cultures and characteristics. That fact has led Indonesian people to realize a bunch of diversity. My students, Ruvionu and Kayla, will present a short history of how Empu, Tantular and Gajah Mada encourage Indonesian people to unite.
In this occasion, we would like to deliver a short history of Gajah Mada and Empu Tantular's spirit to unite the Indonesian archipelago. The spirit of Gajah Mada and Empu Tantular created Bhinneka Tunggal Ika as Indonesia's motto. Empu Tantular was a Buddhist, but he was open to other religions, especially Hinduism Shiva. This was written in two kakawins, namely Kakawin Arjuna Wijaya and especially Kakawin Sutasoma. So, one of the stanzas from Kakawin Sutasoma was taken as the national motto of the Republic of Indonesia. It is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or unity in diversity. Empu Tantular lived in the 14th century during the Majapahit Empire. He was a well-known poet in the Japanese literature. He lived during the reign of King Raja Sanagara. Empu Tantular wrote the Kakawin Sutasoma to criticize Pati Gajah Mada, because at that time, the foundation of the Supreme Pati to unite the archipelago was so fragile. The declarator of the Palapa Oath used military, economics, and religious strategies. As an alternative, the Empu offered a cultural approach to overcome the multi-dimensional crisis that plagued Majapahit at the time. In the Sutasoma book, the Empu states that unity is a fundamental factor in reviving the downturn of the Majapahit kingdom. He sparked Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or different but still one. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika is a phrase that was taken from the Kakawin Sutasoma. Kakawin itself means poetry in ancient Javanese. The Kakawin Sutasoma is an essay by Empu Tantular written with ancient Japanese and Balinese script.
You can imagine, in the 1300s or the 14th century, Empu Tantular had already realized the diversity of the people of the archipelago during the Majapahit era. This view was merely not just a fantasy of a poem or a writer. It was the result of Empu Tantular's deep reflection regarding the social realities of the society at that time. The fundamental thing was to unite all community to overcome the crisis that occurred. Empu Tantular did criticize Gajah Mada, but Gajah Mada had laid the foundation from the importance of the unity of all the nation in the land of the archipelago. The Majapahit politics at that time wanted to embrace the archipelago as a whole in its kingdom. On one of his steps, Gajah Mada became obsessed with uniting the archipelago with his Palapa Oath.
This oath was pronounced as a promise by Gajah Mada in 1256 Saka, or 1334 AD, by the goal of the Majapahit kingdom. The idea of the unification of the archipelago was not only an ambition, but also as a deep reflection that Indonesia's archipelago was a collection of people, although different, but still had the characteristics of a big nation. Finally, Empu Tantular's oath was used as the national motto of the Republic of Indonesia. as a way to unite the various diversities and cultures that our nation has. Based on Gus Dur's words, Indonesia was born on differences. Without differences, there is no Indonesia. Well, our honorable judges, that was our story about the national motto of Indonesia. Unity in diversity, or Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. We are of many kinds, but we are one. Inspired by Jalaluddin Rumi, there are not more than 5 musical notes, but the combination of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard.
There are no more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they can produce more hues than can ever be seen.
There are no more than 5 chemical tastes, yet combinations of them yield more flavors than can ever be tasted. Thank you.